Most people let their attention scatter like dust in the wind. They try to move forward, yet their energy leaks away in every direction. True progress begins when you take command of your thoughts. When your mind learns to stay steady, clear, and purposeful, every obstacle turns into fuel for your journey. Think of carrying a bowl of water across a field. If you rush without care, most of it spills before you reach the other side. But if you hold it firmly, step with intention, you arrive with every drop intact. The same is true with your attention. When it drifts, your strength is wasted. When it is gathered, it becomes unstoppable. Focus is not about effort in many places. It is about channeling all of yourself into one direction. It's choosing a task, committing to it, and staying with it until it is done, no matter how long the climb. Many begin with fire but lose their way, distracted by every new noise. Yet those who stay centered discover that even mountains can be moved, one steady action at a time. A scattered effort is like a dull flame, glowing but unable to ignite. But a concentrated effort is like a laser, cutting through what once seemed impossible. Momentum builds in a straight line, and results begin to appear. To strengthen this ability, you must first decide what matters most. Each morning, choose your highest priority and pour your finest energy into it. Work on it without drifting, without excuses. If your mind slips away, bring it back, gently but firmly. Every time you do this, your ability to focus grows stronger, like a muscle trained through repetition. Your environment matters too. A clear, simple space invites clarity of thought. Remove distractions. Begin your work at a steady time each day, teaching your mind to expect deep focus. Imagine a sculptor shaping marble. If they strike randomly, the stone remains shapeless. But when every strike lands in the same place, a masterpiece begins to emerge. So it is with your attention. Unbroken, it shapes life into something remarkable. With time, focus creates a new kind of vision. Patterns reveal themselves, mistakes are spotted quickly, and fresh ideas flow naturally. Confidence grows because you see real progress every day. What once felt difficult now becomes second nature. Eventually, focus transforms into habit. You no longer battle with yourself to stay on task. The mind is trained, disciplined, reliable. This invisible habit becomes a secret weapon for success, not only in work, but in relationships, learning, and personal growth. When you give people your full presence, connections deepen. When you study with undivided attention, knowledge sinks in. When you set a goal, you finish the steps without delay. Consider a river carving its way through rock. It doesn't rush in one burst. It flows steadily day after day, and over time it creates valleys, canyons, entire landscapes. Your focused energy works the same way, but focus alone is not enough. It must be paired with belief. A seed cannot grow if it does not trust the soil will nourish it. Likewise, no person can rise if they lack faith in their own ability. Self-belief is the foundation of all achievement. Without it, even small steps feel impossible. With it, the tallest peaks become reachable. Remember this. No one is born with every skill they will ever need. Strength, wisdom, talent, these are built over time, through effort and patience. Those who trust in their ability to grow will always find a way forward. Those who doubt themselves surrender before the first step. Self-belief does not mean never feeling fear. It means choosing to move forward despite it. It is the inner voice that whispers, "I can handle this. I can learn. I can adapt." Each promise you keep to yourself strengthens this trust. When you set out to do something, no matter how small, complete it. Every finished action proves to your mind that your word can be trusted. Surround yourself with those who uplift you. Voices that encourage, inspire, and believe in you will reinforce your own confidence. Avoid those who diminish or doubt you, for they weaken the very ground beneath your steps. And never forget your past victories. Even the smallest wins are proof that you have conquered before and can conquer again. Like a mountaineer scaling a cliff, you rely not only on your rope and your training, but on the memory of every summit you've already reached. That memory fuels the next ascent. Self-belief is your rope, your anchor, your compass. It steadies you when the climb is steep, reminding you that difficulty is not defeat. Setbacks may slow you, but they do not define you. Each challenge is a chance to grow stronger. Each fall is an invitation to rise taller. When belief becomes unshakable, life changes. Effort feels lighter, obstacles shrink, and progress becomes consistent. You begin to act with calm confidence, not because you know everything, but because you trust yourself to figure out whatever comes. This is the path. Sharpen your focus, nurture your self-belief, and walk forward with steady steps. The world may test you, but with clarity of mind and faith in yourself, no test can break you. Imagine a tree standing through a storm. The wind bends its branches, the rain beats against its trunk, yet it endures. The tree survives not because it resists every force, but because it knows how to bend without breaking. This is resilience, the quiet strength that carries you through challenges and helps you stand tall again after every fall. Life never promised smooth roads. There will be setbacks, losses, disappointments. Without resilience, these moments can crush a person's spirit. Dreams get abandoned, energy fades, and one difficult season defines an entire life. But with resilience, the same storms that stop others become lessons, carving wisdom and building inner power that could not exist otherwise. Resilience is not pretending you feel no pain. It is not about denying hardship. It is about recognizing the struggle, accepting it, and choosing to keep moving anyway. It's the decision to say, "This moment will not defeat me. I will rise again." Every time you refuse to stay down, your resilience grows. Just as muscles strengthen under weight, your spirit strengthens under pressure. Each challenge you face becomes training for the next. Over time, you realize that most obstacles are not walls. They are only clouds passing by. Think of a traveler caught in a desert sandstorm. They may need to stop and wait for the winds to settle, but the vision of reaching the other side keeps them going once the skies clear. Resilience is that vision. It's what pulls you forward when the journey is hard. Even failures carry gifts. A failed attempt may reveal a better method. A closed door may open a path you never imagined. Losses, though painful, can awaken deeper compassion and strength. Resilience allows you to see lessons where others see only endings. Picture a river flowing down a mountain. Rocks, fallen trees, cliffs, all try to block its way. Yet the river does not quit. It moves around, over or through. It adapts, but it never stops flowing. Your resilience works in the same way. You don't need the road to stay exactly as planned. You only need the determination to keep moving. When you practice resilience daily, fear loses its grip. Challenges still appear, but they no longer seem permanent. Success is no longer measured by avoiding problems, but by how many times you rise after being knocked down. A life shaped by resilience is a life of steady progress. Storms may slow you, but they cannot erase your path. In time, you learn that true strength is not avoiding the storm, but becoming someone who grows stronger because of it. Consider history's great innovators, scientists, inventors, explorers. None of them succeeded on the first try. Thomas Edison tested thousands of designs before creating a working light bulb. Nelson Mandela endured decades in prison, yet emerged with unbroken spirit. Their stories remind us, resilience is the bridge between struggle and triumph. Resilience also grows through small, steady habits. Keeping a daily routine, taking small steps toward your goals, and reminding yourself of your purpose act as anchors when life feels uncertain. Purpose is key. When you know why you're on the path, you can endure almost anyhow. Over time, you develop a calm strength in the face of change. The unknown stops being a threat and becomes a challenge. You learn that setbacks are not dead ends, only redirections. Each one is proof that you can adapt, adjust, and keep going. And here lies a beautiful truth. Resilience is not just about survival. It is about transformation. Every challenge shapes you into someone more capable, more compassionate, more unshakable. The storms that once terrified you become the very winds that lift your wings. Remember this: you don't need to be fearless. You only need to refuse to give up. Stand up one more time than you fall. Take one more step when your legs feel heavy. Breathe once more when the weight feels overwhelming. That choice, repeated again and again, builds a strength that no storm can destroy. Resilience is not loud. It doesn't shout. It is quiet, steady, certain. It's the deep knowing that no matter what comes, you will find a way. And as you carry this strength forward, life begins to open in ways you once thought impossible. Because resilience is not the absence of hardship. It is the proof that hardship cannot stop you. A ship without a destination drifts wherever the waves push it. It may travel far, but it never truly arrives. Life is the same. Without clear goals, you can stay busy every day, yet go in circles, never reaching a meaningful place. Goals give direction. Purpose gives those goals meaning. Together, they form the map and the fuel for your journey. A goal is not a fleeting wish. It is a chosen destination worth the time, energy, and patience it takes to reach. But a goal without purpose often fades. You may start strong, but when difficulties come, motivation disappears. Yet when the goal is tied to something that truly matters to you, purpose becomes a steady flame, keeping you moving even in the hardest seasons. Setting purposeful goals begins with asking, what do I value most? What kind of life do I want to create? This is not about what others expect or what looks easy. It's about aligning your steps with your true vision. Once your goal is clear, break it down into smaller steps. Large dreams can feel overwhelming, but smaller actions bring them within reach. Each completed step builds confidence, showing you that progress is possible. Just as a marathon is run 1 mile at a time, great goals are reached through steady, consistent actions. Patience is part of the process. Some goals take months, others years. It's easy to grow restless when results don't appear immediately. That's why it's vital to hold the vision while working on today's step. A craftsman may spend weeks laying bricks without seeing the finished cathedral, yet every brick matters. Check your progress along the way. This isn't about doubting the dream. It's about adjusting your path while keeping the destination the same. Winds shift, currents change, but a skilled captain adjusts the sails and keeps moving forward. Goals with purpose also protect you from distractions. When you know where you're heading, it becomes easier to say no to what doesn't serve you. Your time and energy are no longer scattered. They're invested in what matters most. And remember, the journey itself transforms you. Every obstacle teaches, every step strengthens, every victory shapes your character. Often, the greatest reward is not the goal itself, but the person you become while chasing it. But what fuels this long journey? Passion. Passion is the inner fire that makes effort feel lighter and time pass faster. It's the energy that pulls you forward instead of pushing you from behind. Without it, tasks feel heavy. With it, even the hard work feels worthwhile. Passion doesn't always arrive as a lightning bolt. Often, it grows quietly, from curiosity, from exploring what excites you, from noticing the activities that make you lose track of time. The more you engage with them, the stronger the passion becomes. Once discovered, passion must be nurtured. Give it time. Invest effort. Surround yourself with people who share your excitement. Their energy can feed your own. Stay patient when progress feels slow. Passion will carry you through the difficult moments. Think of a musician who loves their instrument. Hours of practice don't feel like sacrifice, because each note is a joy in itself. The music is not just the goal, it's the journey. In the same way, passion transforms routine effort into something meaningful, something you look forward to each day. Challenges will still come, but passion makes them easier to face. It reminds you why you began. It keeps your heart steady when difficulties rise. Even setbacks become part of the adventure, adding depth to your story and making the eventual achievement even sweeter. Living with passion doesn't mean chasing excitement without thought. It means tying your goals and responsibilities to something that lights your spirit. When you connect your work to a deeper reason, your energy lasts longer, and your commitment becomes unshakable. Passion also inspires others. When people see you working with genuine love for what you do, it sparks something in them. Your fire can ignite theirs, creating a chain reaction of inspiration. In the end, passion is not only about the destination. It's about walking a path that feels alive beneath your feet. It's about knowing that even if the climb is long and the road is steep, you're grateful to be on it. When you live with passion, you don't just exist, you truly live. And that is a journey worth every step. One swing of a hammer makes a sound, but it doesn't shape the stone. It is the steady rhythm, strike after strike, day after day, that carves the design. Success works the same way. It is not built in a single burst of energy, but through quiet, repeated effort over time. Many people begin with fire. They work intensely for a short while, but when results don't show quickly, they stop. That stop and start cycle drains momentum. Consistency is different. Consistency is patient. It doesn't rush, but it doesn't quit either. And over time, it builds something strong, steady, and lasting. Consistency begins with a choice. Once you decide what matters most, commit to giving it time every day. It doesn't have to be hours. Small, regular steps matter more than grand bursts followed by long pauses. A farmer understands this. He cannot water his crops once and expect a harvest. He tends to them day after day, and beneath the soil, unseen roots grow strong. The same is true for your dreams. At first, progress may feel invisible, but beneath the surface, foundations are forming. Each day you show up, you are proving to yourself that you can be trusted to follow through. This builds inner confidence, making it easier to keep going even on the hard days. There will be mornings when you feel tired, evenings when distractions call louder than your vision. These are the most important days to show up, even if you can only do a small part. By keeping the chain unbroken, you protect the habit you've built. In time, consistency transforms how you see challenges. You begin to understand that real progress is not about sudden leaps, but about showing up again and again. A traveler who walks a mile each day will one day stand at the base of the mountain, then at its peak. It is not the sprint that brings him there, it is the steady pace. Consistency may not always feel exciting, but it is one of the most powerful forces for achievement. It turns actions into habits, habits into progress, and progress into results. Yet even with consistency, life has a way of surprising us. Plans shift, circumstances change, and paths you thought were certain suddenly disappear. This is where adaptability enters. Think of a river meeting a rock. It doesn't stop. It flows around it, finds another path, and keeps moving. Life demands the same of us. Seasons change, opportunities close, and the unexpected appears. Those who cling rigidly to the way things were often struggle. Those who adapt keep moving forward. Adaptability begins with acceptance. It doesn't mean you have to like the change. It means you face reality as it is. Energy spent denying the truth is energy wasted. Once you see clearly, you can decide how to respond. Sometimes, the new path is even better than the one you first imagined. A sailor doesn't curse the changing wind. He adjusts the sails. The destination remains, but the route evolves. Adaptability also requires learning. Every new challenge carries lessons about what works and what doesn't. Mistakes become teachers. Flexibility does not mean weakness. It is strength in motion. And with adaptability comes calm. The unknown no longer feels like a threat, but like a challenge. You realize that life will always shift, but you can shift too. You can bend without breaking. At the heart of adaptability lies something deeper, a growth mindset. A closed jar cannot be filled, no matter how much water you pour over it. A closed mind is the same. If you believe your abilities are fixed, every challenge feels like a verdict. But if you believe skills can be developed through effort, patience, and learning, challenges become opportunities. A growth mindset says, I may not know this yet, but I can learn. Every skill, from the simplest to the most complex, is built through practice. Early attempts may feel awkward, but they are essential steps toward mastery. Failure is not an ending, it is information. Each mistake shows you what to improve. Each attempt brings you closer to progress. Think of an apprentice learning a craft. At first, their work is clumsy, but with guidance and persistence, skill forms. What once felt impossible becomes second nature. The difference is not natural talent. It is the willingness to keep trying. Surrounding yourself with examples of growth also helps. Stories of those who started from little and grew through perseverance remind you that growth is always possible. Curiosity fuels this mindset. Ask questions. Explore. Try new approaches. Each attempt expands your understanding. In time, you stop fearing the unknown. You begin to welcome it. A growth mindset doesn't measure success by perfection, but by progress. It transforms obstacles into stepping stones. It teaches you that the path is never closed. It may twist, rise, or become steep, but it always leads somewhere new. Consistency builds momentum. Adaptability keeps you moving when the road shifts. A growth mindset ensures you keep learning along the way. Together, they create an unstoppable combination, one that carries you forward no matter what life delivers. Every person on Earth wakes up with the same treasure, 24 hours. No one receives more, no one receives less. And once a moment passes, it can never be reclaimed. That is why time is life's most valuable resource. Yet many people drift through their days without asking where their hours truly go. They wake, they work, they rest, and weeks blur into months, months into years. One day they wonder why their dreams remain distant. The truth is simple. Time, once gone, leaves no trail. If it is not used for what matters, it slips silently away. Valuing time begins with understanding its worth. Imagine a farmer in planting season. Each day matters. Delay the work, and the harvest is lost. Life works in the same way. Opportunities, like seasons, appear for a moment. If you do not act, the chance may never return. To use time wisely, you must know what is important to you. Without direction, hours are easily consumed by tasks that lead nowhere. With clarity, each step has purpose, like a traveler with a map, moving toward a destination. This doesn't mean filling every second with busyness. It means choosing intentionally. Ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? 5 years from now? If the answer is no, perhaps the time could be given to something that will. One way to value time is to guard your golden hours, those moments when your energy and focus are strongest. Use them for your most important work. Lesser tasks can wait for lesser times. A skilled carpenter doesn't waste his sharpest tools on scrap wood. He reserves them for his finest creation. Valuing time also means learning to say no. Not every invitation, not every request deserves your hours. Saying no is not unkind. It is an act of protecting your purpose. And remember, rest is not wasted time. Just as fields must lie fallow to regain strength, your mind and body need renewal. True rest is not idleness. It is recovery. A quiet walk, deep conversation, or even stillness can restore more energy than endless motion. Planning also multiplies the value of time. A few minutes sharpening the axe saves hours of chopping dull. The same applies to your day. Decide what matters before you begin, and you will work with greater clarity and less wasted effort. Ultimately, time well used is not measured by quantity, but by quality. 1 hour of deep, meaningful work is worth more than a day of distraction. 1 hour of full presence with loved ones is more valuable than a week of half attention. When you learn to value time, life changes. You accomplish more, yet feel less rushed. You move with intention instead of urgency, and as the days pass, you realize the truth. Wealth can be lost and regained, possessions can be taken and replaced, but time is given only once. To honor your hours is to honor your life. But there is another treasure just as powerful as time: gratitude. Gratitude is nourishment for the heart. It turns what you have into enough, and what is ordinary into something worth cherishing. Many wait for perfect conditions to feel thankful, but perfection never arrives. Gratitude does not wait. It notices what is already good. When practiced daily, gratitude changes how you meet life. Difficulties may remain, but they no longer feel as heavy. Even in hard seasons, you can find small moments worth treasuring. A kind word, a warm meal, the sunrise breaking over the horizon. Gratitude begins with awareness. Too often we overlook the gifts already around us: shelter, health, friendship, the chance to begin again. Gratitude asks us to see them now, before they are gone. It also changes how we see difficulties. Pain and loss are not things we choose, but even they can carry hidden gifts. Failure teaches resilience. Loss awakens compassion. Struggles reveal strengths we didn't know we had. Gratitude helps us find meaning even in challenge. Practicing gratitude does not require grand gestures. It may be as simple as pausing each evening to reflect on one thing you are thankful for. Over time, this habit reshapes the mind, training it to notice beauty alongside hardship. Imagine walking through a forest. You can focus only on the thorns that scratch your skin, or you can notice the wildflowers blooming along the path. The scratches still sting, but the flowers bring light to the journey. Gratitude is the choice to see the flowers, even when the thorns are present. Gratitude is also powerful when shared. A simple word of thanks can strengthen bonds, inspire kindness, and remind others that their efforts matter. Gratitude spreads, lifting both the giver and the receiver. In time, gratitude becomes more than a practice. It becomes a way of living. You begin each day looking for what is good, instead of expecting the worst. You stop comparing yourself to others and start valuing your own unique journey. You discover that even the smallest blessings are treasures. Gratitude is not about pretending life is perfect. It is about choosing to see the light, even when shadows exist. It is the anchor that steadies you in storms and the fire that warms you in cold seasons. When you combine the wise use of time with the daily habit of gratitude, life transforms. Each hour becomes precious, each moment worth noticing. You stop racing through life and start living it fully. And in the end, the richest life is not measured by years alone, but by how deeply those years were lived with intention and with thanks. When you bring together focus, belief, resilience, purpose, passion, consistency, adaptability, a growth mindset, wise use of time, and gratitude, something extraordinary happens. Life stops being random. Every day begins to carry weight, meaning, and direction. The truth is, greatness is not built in one moment of brilliance. It is forged through steady effort, clear vision, and the inner decision to never give up. Success is not an accident. It is a choice, repeated again and again, until it becomes who you are. Think of a mountain climber. At the bottom, the peak looks impossible. Clouds hide the summit. The climb looks endless. But the climber doesn't conquer the mountain in a single leap. They take it step by step. Some days the path is smooth. Other days, storms slow their progress. But they keep moving upward because they trust the process. Eventually, they stand at the top, not because the climb was easy, but because they refuse to stop. Your life is the same. The dreams you carry may look far away now, but with focus, belief, and steady steps, the summit will come into view. And the journey itself is just as important as the destination. Along the way, you gain strength, wisdom, patience, and courage. The person you become while pursuing your vision is the greatest achievement of all. Remember, you are not limited by where you began. You are defined by how far you are willing to go. Every challenge is not a wall, but a doorway. Every setback is not failure, but feedback. Every moment is a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what lies ahead. The greatest leaders, creators, and dreamers throughout history all shared this truth. They were not born ready. They built themselves through faith, persistence, and learning. They stumbled, they fell, but they always rose again. And you have the same power within you. Life will test you, not to break you, but to prepare you. Tests are not punishments. They are invitations. Invitations to rise, to sharpen your strength, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. When you embrace the journey with purpose and passion, each day becomes meaningful. Time no longer slips away unnoticed. Gratitude keeps your heart steady, even in storms. Adaptability ensures you never stay stuck. Consistency builds momentum. And belief in yourself, turns the impossible into reality. Think of a seed planted in the soil. It does not bloom overnight. It must push through darkness, endure storms, and grow roots before it ever sees the sun. Yet in time, it becomes a towering tree, giving shade and bearing fruit. Your journey is no different. Growth is slow, but steady, and what you are building within will one day stand tall for all to see. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Do not wait for someone else's permission. Begin where you are, with what you have. Each small step matters. Each choice compounds. And in time, those steps create a life of depth, strength, and fulfillment. You have the power to shape your future, not through chance, but through intention. Not through luck, but through faith and persistence. Each day is a page in the story of your life, and the pen is in your hands. Write it with courage. Write it with clarity. Write it with gratitude. Write it with passion. Because in the end, success is not only about reaching the destination, it is about living a life that feels alive every step of the way. So keep moving forward. Keep believing. Keep rising, no matter how many times you fall. And when you look back years from now, you will see not just the goals you reached, but the person you became, resilient, focused, passionate, and full of gratitude. That will be your greatest success.